Good night, good night. We're here again, late night talk with your host Dre. You know I got Janae over there. Mr. Mac running a little bit late, but he's gonna be in I don't know what time, but yeah, he's gonna be here. But
Eh,
that's whatever. Show gotta go on.
eh.
But anyways, we got an interesting bunch of topics. So, but the first one, I'm gonna let Janae read it out, and then we're gonna talk about
All right. So, happy Valentine's Day, whatever it may be or whatever. Speaking of Valentine's Day, we all know what goes on with, at the end of the night after dinner and whining and dining. So, it was circulating on social media, and it's a question posed as this: Should a woman's body count should a woman's body count be considered in order for her to get a quote unquote good man? Meaning, like, if her body count is, more than what is deemed acceptable or whatever in society, does that stop her from getting a good man, whatever a good man is?
it. There are pros and cons to it. I guess it all depends on who the guy is and who the female is. You know what I mean? But at the same time, let me lead off by saying this. Ladies, if you know you have an above average body count, keep it to yourself.
What's average?
Ah, that I don't know that number to be honest with you, because I
So,
mean,
how can
some
you
because some.
say keep it to
Let
yourself
me
if
let me say this. An average would be. Let me be on the safe. I want to be on the safe side and say anywhere between 5 and 7. That's
average?
average. I,
For how old of a woman?
mm,
I don't even know if that was proper English, but
30s and younger. I'm gonna say 5 to 7. That's average because you gotta take into context like dating phase and when you know what I mean all that aspect of it. So, yeah, 5 to 7.
5 to 7 is average for
What
a
would you
woman
say
30 and
before
under.
we go on to all that? What would you say would be average?
30 and under?
Yeah, for a female that is 30 and under, 30 from 21 to 30.
From 21 to 30? I would say, like, I don't know.
Let's work with that. People,
Let's
let's
work
hear it
with
in
that
the
little.
let's hear it in the comments what you think
Yeah,
an
what is the
average body count
average?
should be for a
A man
female
and a
between.
woman, because I feel like,
For males is going to be higher.
okay,
More than likely it's going to be higher.
so that let's circle it back to the question. So our body count off rip is always being considered when just regular dating or prospectively dating. Like, oh, if she slept with, more than your 5 to 7 or 5 to 8 dudes, oh, nope, that's a dub. But she could be the full package. She could have her
True.
own everything. She could be internally great, like great personality, great vibe, like is the one to take care of you, but automatically is disregarded. But that same man who's like, oh no, she has more than the 5 to 8
Yeah.
bodies,
He's been with like 20 women.
has 30,000, not 30,000, but
But that's not.
yeah,
But
he's been with 20 women.
it's
So,
just the double standards of society, and
but why?
there's no going around it.
But why?
But that's why I said it depends on the guy. Like for a person like me, and not every guy is gonna think like me. First of all, I don't want to know her body count. That's the first thing. But even if I did know, it all depends on the person that I'm meeting today. If she is still promiscuous and running around, it's a dub. But if she has grown now into a wonderful person and she has great personality, as you said, and has her shit together and whatever, I don't care as long as none of that baggage from her past is coming back to haunt her now. I'm good.
Why do you think men ask? First of all, do you think men should ask?
Any dude that asks a girl her body count is insecure. That's the first thing. And any female who's gonna ask that, it's the same shit. you should certain things about your partner's past should be left in the past. That's why it's in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can understand if you wanted to know who her last boyfriend was. Nothing is wrong with that because like with how the world is right now, sometimes it's good to know because you
Mm-hmm.
you 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 may be somewhere and somebody's staring you down and you're wondering why this guy looking at me like that,
Mm-hmm.
only to find out he's your new girlfriend's ex boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
That type of shit. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like in a female's case, the dude should he shouldn't have to tell her, but at least she should know who his last girl was. At
Mm-hmm.
least so she knows how to be on her p's and q's type
Enter.
shit.
Yeah.
You know how people are
Mm-hmm.
nowadays. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, as I said, like as long as she don't have some crazy person stalking her type stuff,
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't be something you should be digging into to find out how many dudes she slept with or whatever. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? As long as she's not that girl that was out there in the streets where you would be walking in her say for instance you moved to where she lived to be with her. You walking down the street with her and people are snickering and laughing, then you're gonna be like, what the fuck going on?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? As long as it's not that she didn't live that type of life, then I think you should be good.
Okay. So, follow-up question. So, let's say she does have that baggage, or, she does have more than the average amount of bodies. What would be that good man for her?
As I said, because I've seen stuff like this happen. I've there's girls my age where when we were younger, like in their teens and early 20s, I couldn't count the amount of dudes that she's been with. Like she was with like every popular guy or anybody new that came to the city that was
Mm.
that had something about them. You knew they could get with her because she was that kind of girl. But then she grows up and start. And I've seen it where females grow up and they settle, and they some of them have found good people to be around. I don't know if these guys know their past or whatever, but that's what I'm saying. Like it shouldn't really matter if she is grown and still don't know how to behave herself and chill with one guy or whatever, then that's different.
Mm-hmm.
But if she has learned about life and knows that okay, I've had my share of fun. Now it's time for me to settle down. As long as she's ready, and as I said, has great personality, great work ethic, she's a trustworthy type person. She should still be good people, a good person to start life with. You know what I mean? But it's like I think guys, not guys alone, like even females are stuck on this perfect guy or perfect female. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
exist
Sure doesn't.
because you could
Ain't nobody perfect.
say for instance like say I go out and I meet a girl. Say for instance, miraculously she's like 25, 27 and she's a virgin. That doesn't mean she's gonna be the perfect girl because she's a virgin.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely I'm gonna have to teach her new the all the tricks in bed and type shit. Maybe I don't have the time for that. Maybe I don't want that. And I'm just speaking on behalf of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have a girl that knows her way around the bedroom. So I know once we get to that point, I'm having fun from
Mm-hmm.
start from jump. But then again, it could be a great challenge to teach somebody. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm just saying that to say this, like not because that person is a virgin. That doesn't mean this is gonna be the girl I settle with. Because in a case like that, you are the one that broke her now into having sex. She gets used to you. You taught her this, you taught her that. Then she now she's getting curious. She wants to know more.
Mm.
She starts having friends at work and shit like that, and then they started talking about sex. They may talk about something you have never done with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And she's like, "Oh, I've never done that. You never done that," and you already know where that conversation is going.
Mm-hmm.
So she's getting curious and curiouser. You know what I mean? Who knows? She may step up and start to be the same person she should have been years ago when she was younger.
Hmm.
When she should have already knocked those out the bag already. You get what I'm trying to say? You know what I mean? And already learned those tricks. But now when she found a quote unquote good man, he now finds out that she's out there, you know what I mean? Doing
so
all types of
so
shit.
women should experiment younger, not younger, but early on, and then settle down towards after their 30s.
Yeah, that's just like men. That's what your teenage and early years are for.
I don't think men settle down at all.
Of course, you got men who settle down. What do you mean?
I
So you
don't
think
know.
all men are just out here just chasing tail all the time like
Yeah,
crazy? Well, all right.
there might be like 2% of the male
Yeah.
population that, actually settles down, but the other percentage,
Wow. Guys, you hear that? Damn.
y'all are worse than females.
Hell no.
Females are definite. What?
Hell no.
Females are
Janae,
definitely,
Janae,
low.
all the things that we've seen, you still saying that? Come
Yeah,
on, Janae. Don't do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Don't do that. Like I
yes.
grew up listen, I grew up with a lot of females, cousins, friends, like even my friends' cousins or my friends' girls and their cousins, and like I've seen some shit, you know.
I've seen some stuff. I've heard some
Lots of
stuff.
crazy
I've
shit.
witnessed some stuff.
I think women beat us when it comes to promiscuity. To be honest with you, trust me, I think so.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think if we are promiscuous, we're more calculated. Like,
That's it. You're just more calculated, so
but
yeah.
that doesn't that doesn't mean that we're worse. We're more calculated, which means we weigh more of the options of good, bad, long term, short term, whatever the case may be. Y'all just be like, oh, her ass fat? Let me go ahead and talk to her
All
real
right,
quick.
let me fix this. I think dudes are more prone to have more casual sex than females, but sometimes these females they be going hard too, just as much as guys are. Cause you gotta trust me,
I
trust me.
mean, I'm not saying
But
us women are
to go
innocent,
back to the
but
main question at hand though, I think it depends on the person. You know what I mean? Because some guys once they hear that high number, no matter what they thought about the girl prior to that, it's all out the window. They're just like,
but that
oh,
shouldn't
I
matter
can do
though,
this.
especially if that woman's body count, let's say that woman's body count is at high number of 20 or whatever, and let's say she's 20, I don't know, 24.
Mhm.
Let's just say she's 24, she has 20 bodies. That man probably has double. And it's such a crazy double standard to think that that woman is now like damaged goods or whatever,
But,
but he's still
but look,
thinking of himself as this high mighty. I can get any woman that I want, and I'm the
all right.
package.
So
I'm the
say,
deal.
say if
I'm
I
him,
what
as
and
they
all
say.
right, why I said it depends on the persons. So say for instance, it's an average guy, like regular 9 to 5 guy.
Mm-hmm.
He meets a lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
right? Got her shit together, owns her house, got a few cars, maybe got a little business on the side, type shit, whatever. Like, she's great at her job, whatever. And she falls in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
But then he finds out that in her younger years, she was a wild one. Like she's racked up maybe like say 20, 25 bodies.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Do you think like I'm not even gonna say do you think like I'm just gonna say like I think that guy he's gonna overlook it because of who she is. But if it was like a random girl like himself, where she just had a regular job, maybe a 1 room bed apartment, a little hoopty, you know what I mean? She ain't, you know what I mean?
Hoop de hoo.
So he's gonna be like, I think he would judge her more than how he would judge someone that already has her life together.
So he would judge her
I'm just saying.
and overlook it based off of her status in,
in
I'd say,
life.
society or life
Yeah,
today.
because
That's crazy because he
he
still feels some type of way about it, but
mhm,
he's just
but
like,
he's overlooking it because of what he thinks he can get out of that relationship if he went through
then
it.
it's not a real relationship.
But females think like that too.
Mm,
It may not be about body count, but females treat a guy that has money different than how they treat a regular guy.
most females, yeah, or most women, yeah.
Because this is not this is kind of a little bit off topic, but I'm gonna bring it up because it kind of ties into what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So earlier today, I was scrolling through social media. It's Valentine's Day, so everybody's all you've seen is stuff about Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a post where I think it was Casanova and wife and Lucci. They're in prison, right?
Mm-hmm.
They gave their females gifts even though they're behind bars. They made sure they made their calls or whatever, made sure their girl got what they were supposed to get.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Casanova gifted his girl a Benz. But what caught me was her caption. And let me find it and read it so
Oh
other
god.
people can kind of have an idea what
I seen the post, but
like
I didn't
I
actually
had a
like
problem with the
pay
post,
attention to.
but let me see if I find this. Oh, yeah, so here it is. So she this is what her caption read. He got everything I want. Ain't no need to fuck with these niggas. And then she wrote, I love you, tagged him, and says, new car, new business. And there was something else, but the screenshot doesn't show the rest of that. So I had a problem with it's not what she said, but it's how she said it. So you're not being he's in prison, but you're not
Mm-hmm.
fucking with any niggas just because he takes care of you. He keeps you fed. You buys you a new car, and that shouldn't be the reason why you're staying. The reason why you're staying should be because you love him.
Mm,
You get what I'm saying?
mm. I feel like, yes, I know
I
what
don't
you're
know if
saying.
I'm reading wrong
I feel
into the
like it's a
caption.
yeah, I feel like it's an interpretation thing cuz like I'm sure there's women out there who are like, "Oh, he got everything I need. I don't need to pay attention to nobody else." Meaning like he takes care of me mentally, physically,
Mhm.
all of that, materialistic things, everything, house, outside, all of that. He has everything I need. I don't need to pay attention to them because I get everything from materialistic things up top
But
to
I think the reason
emotional.
why I'm reading into it, I think if it was like a regular post, like a post, like say a picture of him, and then that caption was there, I wouldn't be reading into it like
But
that.
because it's
But
like tagged with
because
a gift.
yes, because with an expensive gift at that, I don't know if I'm the only one that's reading into it, like, but that's just me though. My mind works different, so I don't know.
Let us know in the comments because I want to know.
Yeah, let us hear it in the comments. I mean, I want to know if I'm the only person that's thinking like that.
Hmm.
But that goes back to what we were talking about, where I'm saying like women do the same thing as I was saying with how the dude would look at that lawyer lady because she already got stuff going on for her. Females do that. You have a lot of females who settle in a relationship with somebody that they don't love just because that person can take care of them.
Ain't that
That's why
much love in the
you have
world.
females out here giving kids to the wrong fathers
Mm,
because that specific guy can take care of her and the child. So
mm,
they chose him as the father, even though they know he's not.
mm.
It's happened a
Ain't
lot
that
too.
much love in the world.
Yeah, of course, ain't nobody like people don't really love people anymore.
They
I
don't.
don't think so.
It's all it's
People
all
are
the
in
benefit.
people are in relationships for what they can get out of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you think I'm lying, look what happens when these people get divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Like you,
Not even just that. Look at these couples when it gets to that first argument or that
Mhm.
first disagreement, then people hit below the belt, people act a different way, people go out and speak to the next woman or guy or whatever the case may be. Like it's all for the beneficial thing. Like, oh, okay, I know she or he can do XYZ. I know they can help me maybe pay this loan or with my business or,
Because
grow up
this is
or
tied
reach my
into all the
goals.
conversations we've had since we started up like this podcast, where you know what I mean, and it's not just females. Guys are the same way. Like some guys are with
The
females for what
biggest
they can get from
ones.
them. No, I wouldn't say the biggest. Like females are the was I'm lost for words today. What the fuck's going on? Like females are, or I think females are more opportunists than men are.
No,
You're gonna lose this one.
me?
Females are more opportunists. A female will
Females
pretend. A female
nowadays.
will pretend for years that she loves a man just to live okay.
Mm, maybe well, I know there's females and women out there like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't speak for all women. I don't think so. I know me personally, ain't that much love, like, lust, whatever in the world. Especially if I have my own, which I do, from card, place, all that, from top to bottom, degrees, all that. If that beneficial to me personally, that beneficial stuff, like, yes, I do like, going out to dinner or going bowling or something, like something nice, a nice gesture. But everything that you can do for me, I can do for myself. So, me personally, and people and women that I am around, I surround myself with some pretty good people. We date or we seek our partner for that actual help me help you. Like, I want to grow, you want
For
to
that
grow.
connection.
Yes. Soul ties. We locked in. What's that TikTok? If we locked in, ain't no switching up. Yeah, that. You know, we're growing together. We're learning together. Even if you're going through stuff, I'm going through stuff, at the end of the day, we're each other's backbone. If you down, I'm the forefront until you get back on your feet and vice versa. Like, that's me and the women that I'm surrounded around, which to me, I feel like that happens more often than not, especially nowadays, because a lot of women are these independent business owners, CEOs, degreed up, everything. Completely independent. They just want that partner there, I want a little
Yeah,
cuddle at
but
night.
then you have some of those females who, because they've achieved so much, they feel like they can do without a dude.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's vice versa. But before we leave, there's also another thing I want to add to the conversation around the main topic, because we talked about a bunch of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like as I said with the body count thing, like I don't read too much into it, because as I said, it's a status thing, and what I mean by that, as how I mentioned with the lawyer and whatever. Take for instance that females that went to college. A lot of these lawyers, doctors, um, engineers, all these people, and it's for both male and female. And if you've been to college, you should know. Like the college days are the wildest days. Have you ever seen these spring break videos?
Woo.
Like a lot of those females that you see going wild, doing all these crazy shit, getting gang banged, all that, they're going off to be lawyers and doctors and dentists so
Mm. I know quite a
it's
few
still, you
stories
get
that
what
was
I'm saying?
circulated around
'Cause you
colleges I went to.
so it's the same thing. So like you're telling me, if you meet um a prominent lawyer or a doctor, and she's for some reason she told you that, oh, when I was in college, I did this and I did that or whatever, you're gonna be like, I'm good. Like, nah, man, come on, man.
I think there shouldn't
It's her
be any
past,
double
bro.
standard at all.
It's her past. Because if
Right.
you if you if you are a guy that had a past too, like I don't think it should be a big deal.
Right. Yeah, it shouldn't matter at
Like
all
I've
in
seen
either
conversations where a
circumstance.
lot of guys are gonna say, no, from she's from, like, you know what I mean, if she got this, I'm nah, that's not, no, like,
It shouldn't matter
because as
at
I
all.
said, not because she has a low body count doesn't make her the perfect female.
Right.
She could have the worst attitude. Maybe that's why she doesn't have a high body count, because nobody can deal with that. You know what I mean? Like, so you never know. So I don't think it should be a deciding factor.
It shouldn't. It
I
shouldn't
don't
matter.
think it
What
should be.
should matter is
If,
okay, it's
if
me and
I,
you right now from this point going forward.
yeah,
How
especially if she has changed their life around. I don't think it should be. And guys, stop asking,
Mhm.
stop digging,
Mhm.
stop trying. Like if even if she's you meet her and it seems too good to be true, just write it out, bro.
Mhm.
Like I don't think it's that serious where you should be going digging up in somebody's past if they, as especially if they don't give you a reason to.
Mhm.
If they give you a reason to and you they're acting shady, yeah, then
Inquire
do it
whatever.
and try to be on the safe side. But if all is well, let it end well, man.
Mhm.
Let just leave it alone.
Oh well, be well.
Yeah, just leave it alone. And the females, that goes for you too, because a lot of females be doing that too. Like, nah, he's too good to be true. Like, nah, I don't think he's ready to settle. He must have some girl. Nah.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, y'all do be with other girls, but it's
Yeah,
whatever. I'm gonna
but
let that rock.
whatever. But, you know what, people? Sign off in the comments. I got nothing more to say because they ain't gonna allow me to win this one. So
Mm-mm.
until next time, peace.